Collin'sFort. This is Fort Collin. Gonna be showing you around a little bit today. I am under the weather. I just mentioned that so you know that I'm weak. Today's the launch of Fort Collins, Fort Collin. You can tell they picked for peak taste. Well, follow me and I'll show you the new set. Should be pretty cool. Oh, I'm gonna scare the Blue Jays away. Okay. I think I'm gonna do a collared shirt in the future. This doesn't look right. I thought it would be fine, but it's not. Anyway, there's gonna be some issues. Basically, what I want to do is be the next Colin Cowherd. But not for sports, and I don't want to do radio or talk that much. I just want the sweet money. And I don't know how well everyone's going to be able to hear me today. It might be bad. Wow, that's perfect. Let me move it. I think it looks great. These really cheap, weird headphones are supposedly, they can work as a microphone. But I have my doubts about that. Anyway, I thought I'd go live for a while and show you this. The lighting's off. Could do better there with the lighting. Perhaps we'll do some figuring out while we set up. It's the same thing. Sorry. Perhaps we'll do some figuring out. Okay. We need natural lighting. So we're going to move the desk. I can't believe we're not attracting more visitors. This is not like Colin Cowherd at all. Anyway, what does I call him? Colin Cowherd. Because he never fought in a war. We'll put our sun hat on for the moment while I'm figuring things out. This is a woman's hat. Okay. We're going to move the shelf now. Really, do I have... What's going on here? All right, the shelf's closer. And yet, let's get a collared shirt on. I think that's why we're lacking in visitorship. I can take this off. But I'm excited to get a collared shirt. I think that's going to work wonders for this channel. Hello, visitor. Oh, they're gone. It's too needy. I wanted it too badly. Okay. I have to find a collared shirt. I think I know which one I want. Let's see. Let's go into the darkness. Follow me into the darkness. Okay. Looking for a collared shirt. I think I know which one I want. Yeah, I do. I've got the collared shirt I need. Now it's all just about a peaceful transfer of power between non-collared Colin Forte and freaking collared Colin Forte. I hope everyone can hear me. You're not seeing anything right now because I'm putting on a collared shirt and I want the effect of it to be instantaneous. And I don't know how good things are going to work out anyway. But I think the more professional, important, I think I'm smart in having my phone face down while I'm in my bedroom. It's just common sense, folks. It really doesn't take much of an intelligence at all to determine that's proper course of action. All right. Now, phew, we're doing it. Follow me out this way. Okay. Let's see. Better. Closer. Higher in temperature. I like it. This is almost how I looked at my nephew's wedding, except I had vomit in my beard. Okay. Well, now it's back to outside. We fixed the lighting issue. We fixed the issue with the not having a collar. You can't just wear it. I thought it would be a nice style choice. Stupid. So we fixed everything. It's done. I kind of feel like I'm a bodyguard though with these. That's one thing I'm going to fix soon. I'm going to be fixing that issue. So I'll have a microphone, a real microphone. Hello, one visitor. Welcome to my world. We're going to be doing a news broadcast here shortly. Just like that, they're gone. Can't say hello to the one visitor. Freaks them out. They're like, oh, it's just me. But that's the way I want it. Just us. Okay. Let's set up again. The birds are happy. It's supposed to be this kind of thing. Alga. How's that? I think I'm gonna need real pants too. If I want it to be, even more professional. We're getting there. I think I'm at 17% professional currently. But we're building. Like we can get up to something, I'm convinced. 23, 24% professional. And it's not just going to be in the grass like this in the backyard. I'm thinking of walking down the hill and we're going to have some creek time as well. It's mostly about presentation. I think I have a crappy pair of black pants that can go with this ensemble. I wouldn't worry about getting them wet. No, if I've thrown those away. Man, I'm way overdue for looking at my clothes. So, we're on our way to be just like Colin Coward. It's almost the same thing. Add a female and some logos. It's the indistinguishable. All right. So this is Fort Collins. I'm Colin Forte, and it's just all about remembering me and having a stupid kind of funny thing about the name. But I'm in Fort Collins, USA Today's #1 ranked community to live in. Home of some of the highest home prices. I live in an apartment. Um, am I ashamed of that? Yeah, a little bit. But I'd rather live in an apartment here than some crappy, cheap house back in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. All the people there, I just wish, you know, just bad luck to, because how much I didn't like it. But it was nice, being born there and stuff. That was cool. Thanks to the nurse at the hospital who took me away from my mother forever. No, I really appreciate it. I made the right call. Anyway, we're in Colorado now, and I have to order a microphone for my phone in order for any of this to work. And it can work. Let's go check out the squirrels. Come on. Checking out the squirrels. Oh, there he is. He found the biscuit. Oh, I'm going to turn the camera around. Okay. There he goes. There's the biscuit squirrel. If I can zoom in on him, I will. He's got it. I was worried he wouldn't eat it because it has peppered gravy on it. But it was a big hunk of biscuit. They love that kind of stuff. I try to keep the bread toasty, I don't just throw bread out the back, but they'll eat anything. They don't like vegetables, typically. Potatoes, they will eat potatoes. Cut up potatoes, have the skins left, they love it. Anyway. Oh, what's over my shoulder here? Little thing called the bird feeder. My lady, Ms. Trish, she gave me some of her old bird seed, and it's got cracked corn in it. It's crap. But I have seen lots of blue jays. We heard some birds earlier, so we're doing pretty good on the bird feeder front. It's fine. Come on down the hill and I'll show you where we're going to set up later. I might do it today. It's been a boring day. I hear neighbors. There's the desk. There's the setup shelf. We're hot on the heels of biscuit squirrel. You still got it? He still got it. Okay. No one hangs out in the back except for me, which doesn't make me fucking weird at all. Biscuit squirrel. Come down to the landing and I'll explain the history of the bog. I think this is where we'll set up too, on the natural beach. So you can see, this is what I pulled out of the causeway recently. All of this, you can see the border. This was all a bog here. And the creek wanted to push over part of the bank where this bog was. And by bog, I mean very loosely put together mud, but like things were growing in it. There was lots of grass over here, but you couldn't really walk through it. And there's actually remnants. There's still some parts of the bog. It's actually dried out a bit because there's not water receding into it. I was able to get the water to leach into the bog, and with some of my help, I put the dirt into the water as it was rushing through there over and over, and it made a channel. And then you can see here, like the border of the island, I pushed water through parts of it. This whole thing was land. This is where we used to walk. I could see that the water would go through the island. I carved a part of the island out so the water could rush through. Then after that, this was all water, except for these two little islands here with the obelisks on them. But there was a flood and it washed a bunch of sand in it, made a natural beach. So that's where I'm going to be setting up, I think, as far as, the desk doesn't solve the sound issues. Holding the phone is probably helping right now. I'll show you some nature. There's some ducks creeping around here. There was a big stork-like thing hanging out earlier. This is a bit deeper of a section here. I know from experience. And this is where I saw the homeless guy drying himself off. He was naked. But if I had to take a bath or recommend a place to take a bath outside to somebody, it would be right here. This is pretty deep. Ducks hanging out. There's been a lot more lately. They don't navigate. Oh, there's a bit. I think it doesn't like that I'm going this far. This would be a bad place to set up. This is like the trail used to just go straight like this. I'll show you. My feet are pointed that direction. The trail. And just bloop. I drop off. And then where that water is, that was the trail. And we used to get out here. And there was a squishy part that I had put a board on to walk over, where that is. The changes here have been crazy. And what's funny is every time it floods, it completely changes everything. Like, no matter what I do down here, it's kind of funny. And you can kind of set things up to anticipate what the flood will do to it. But these rocks, just like both these swaths here, just happened when there was a big flood. And then, I've carved away some of this island so the water can rush through it. And it's made another couple of sandbars up the whizway. Anyway, I saw a mongoose out here the other week. I've seen muskrats out here before for sure. Lots and lots of ducks, some snakes, crawdads and minnows, the occasional like bigger fish. But really, yeah, like I'm surprised sometimes. When I go down to the lagoons, I see frogs in the area, I suppose. I've seen birds where I'm like, wow, that's a weird bird. What the heck? And it was a dipper was the bird, or it's sipper. It was some water bird. It was standing in the water. And then the bigger, cranes and storks that hang out. I'll get off my ugly face for a minute. This is the island. And it all kind of started down here with COVID. Although I moved to this location right before COVID. August 2019. And the passage of time has really been the passage of time. And I was about to actually say that, the passage of time. Use it in part of what I'm talking about. But this is a big tree. You can't even see it anymore. Like the saplings around it have grown into pretty sizable trees. There's these cottonwood trees in my backyard and they occasionally fall. They're dead. You can see some over there. This one fell across the creek, just like that one did. Well, that one didn't fall across the creek, but it fell just like that one did. This one fell across the creek, was just like splintered across the creek. It was really kind of impressive, just the natural destruction. And I grabbed a few pieces of wood. I'll show you them as we go back up the hill. I'll show you some of the stuff I grabbed from there. Because something that odd, you kind of look around, and if you're like me and you're a pack rat, you're like, what can I take from this to remember it? And what's extraordinary about this? So I'll show you a couple of the pieces that came out of that tree. So it had been a big dead tree for a long time, sitting in the sun. And man, was it tall. Like you can see that. Let me flip this around. I can show you. This is the tree growing where the other one was. And I mean, it was up there. And owls hung at it, and you could see them really well because there was zero growth on the tree. That's a big bird. What do we got here? It's like I talk about an owl and then see one. Anyway, yeah, it's a good bird day. But yeah, a very tall tree fell over the creek, and you could walk right over the big fallen tree as it straddled the creek there. It was kind of interesting. And it took a while, but the city got there eventually and dispatched with it and left the main husk there, which is fine. This was from the center of the tree. I don't know if I was gonna stay in this or something at some point. It's actually preserved itself pretty well, but it's just a dual color piece of wood from the very center of the tree, very much like driftwood. Very much like driftwood, drifting through the cosmos. Okay, and then I'll show you this one. It kind of broke into sheets. You can see the paw prints there. It's the paw prints of a raccoon, I'm guessing. It looks very raccoonish. And this is like a slat of wood that came out of the tree. And there was kind of a lot of them, and I was like, there's not much I can do with them. But these have the tracks on it. And they're still there. It's kind of incredible. One of those special items that is totally stupid. Okay, well, we've launched the channel today. We've determined the solutions to a few of our problems. And, I need to get a microphone. That's the truth. And I will. And then I can be the next Colin Cowherd, because I want to be able to offer the coverage you, the viewer, deserve. By you, the viewer, I mean the one person watching. You deserve the best possible coverage. Let's see if mentioning the one viewer will get me punished again by them leaving. I'm going to go sit at my desk for the end of this. Oh my God, it did. You can't do that. That's a rule. We'll make that the first rule of Fort Collin. We'll say you can't mention the one viewer, who are verboten. Okay. So let's set up again. I like the idea. Is there any way? What do we got here? How's that? I mean, I almost think I could just sit here. And, I mean, is this enough for a channel? Is this enough? I look like I'm at work. I've got a tie on and a desk, suit jacket. There's proper lighting. And this is annoying, but not nearly as annoying as a fluorescent office. I've just got to get a microphone. And then we'll be able to do it. And if one neighbor came out, I'd quit forever. But so far, so good. And I don't know if this works. Test it. And, speak of the devil. Apple's devil kid. Alright. This has been Fort Collin with Collin'sFort. Yeah. We'll see you next time. We'll try to do this every day for like a half hour.